Well, from a health point of view, a fast-paced life essentially means a stressful life. And we know from our biology that the more stressed you are, the more adrenaline response you have, and other hormones such as steroid hormones. And all of those work to raise your blood pressure, and high blood pressure is not really good for your body. It also raises your heart rate, so your heart's working harder. And it also affects other aspects such as your metabolism. So it somehow changes as well. I see a lot of people who've presented here or been brought here by the ambulance because they've just gone too fast in terms of driving. They're unnecessarily exceeding the speed limit. Obvious injuries that you know from that, where they've taken shortcuts like not wearing a seatbelt because I'm just going to drive down to the corner store. It's going to be a quick 2-minute trip. I'm not going to wear a seatbelt. All those kind of rapid, rash decisions. When you make rapid, rash decisions, you just don't have time to think of the consequences. From a personal point of view, I try and practice and teach that when we're operating, we do not take shortcuts. We do not try and speed through a procedure of any kind, either a surgical procedure or any other procedure. We do not take shortcuts when we're examining a patient or trying to treat a patient. I see people who've left home in the morning and don't return because something terrible's happened to them. In 1 second, people's lives changes. You can have the most perfect family, and all it takes is a split second, and everything's changed forever. There's no turning back, and that perfect family's gone. You just have to slow down because there is no guarantee for tomorrow. From where I sit, I see that quite often. And the most likely time that will happen is when we're young. Injury happens between 1 and 45. The most likely cause of death is injury. What I will emphasize is that when you do have an injury, it's permanent. You just cannot get away from the fact that no matter how good medicine is and surgery is, injury results in permanent problems. And some of it are life-threatening, some of them are life-changing. All of them result in some level of discomfort at the very least. It's definitely changed how I drive and how I deal with life in general. And I've seen lots of parents who leave home, have an injury and never go home again. So one of the rules I have at home is every morning before I leave for work, or even if I'm going out anyway, all the children have to give me a hug and a kiss before I leave. And it's just something that we do so that for whatever reason, if something happens, at least they've got that memory. Slow down and enjoy the ride.